Being the natural truth seeker that I am, I follow the transits of the moon, hoping to illuminate and expand your knowledge of what is hidden in the shadows. For after all, the moon doesn't just reflect light, it reveals the truth. Ready to ground the seeds of change with this new moon in Taurus? If so, then just keep on watching. Hello and welcome back to the Astro Lounge. I am your host and fellow astrologer, Jessie Jupiter. I study traditional Western astrology, as well as have a strong love for psychology and health and wellness, and I combine these aspects in each of these videos in the best way I know how, meanwhile revealing the secrets and the mysteries behind what the moon is trying to tell us. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I will have a 3-card collective tarot reading, as well as a surprise spirit animal oracle card for this very earthly energy that we are moving through. And I simply only do these readings just to get a alternative energy perspective as we are navigating through this cosmic energy. So without further ado, I bring to you the new moon coming to us on May the 16th in the earth sign of Taurus. Taurus in astrology represents the second house, and the second house represents financial, material, emotional, as well as energetic currencies of all sorts. And this is a time with this brand new moon in Taurus for us to take an inventory of our currency, where it is going versus where it is coming in, seeing what we are tethered to and where it is we need to cut ties with certain things in our lives, where it is in our lives that we are giving and not receiving anything in return. No payback, no reward, just sucking us dry of our very important and sacred life source energy. We also have Mercury, as well as the Sun and Ceres, all transiting through Taurus. Ceres is an asteroid with very similar-like qualities to the moon, being very nurturing and very mother-like. Also reminding us of any mother wound of where it is in our lives we may have given or received in such a way that may have been harmful to us. We also have the Sun, which is revealing to us how it is that we replenish our energy and where we get our source energy from, how we recreate it or create it within ourselves individually. We also have Mercury, and Mercury is the mind. So this is us becoming more mentally aware of where that energy is going and or coming from. Moving on into Gemini, we have the ruler of Taurus, which is Venus. And Venus in Gemini is not only teaching us the value within communication, providing us with harmonious communication, but we also have Uranus that is currently transiting through Gemini after leaving its long transit through Taurus, slowly disintegrating the things that were not stable within our lives and teaching us what we needed to let go of, that we were clinging on to, that we thought was stable, yet was only destroying our stability. Now, moving into Gemini, this will slowly be breaking down our communication, teaching us how to have a proper communication where we have a more collaborative approach. Uranus being with Venus, this is us waking up to our communication and how we communicate with others. And interestingly enough, the anatomy that is ruled by Taurus within the body is the throat, also the vocal cords, the neck, as well as the thyroid glands. Anything that has to do with the voice. Opposing Venus, we have Black Moon Lilith, which is in the 9th house of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is all about speaking your truth, seeking the truth. and having Uranus next to Venus in Gemini, opposing Black Moon Lilith, this is waking up to the realization that you can speak your truth and have it be healing. No longer holding on to the stored trauma that may be festering within you that needs to be released through communication. And if you're unable to communicate it verbally, write it down, give it in a note, express it, get it out of your system. Holding on and suppressing to that unspoken truth is going to eat you alive. We also have Sedna in Gemini. And Sedna is an asteroid that represents the things that we are clinging on to that are hurting us, not helping us. And we must realize that we have to let go, as difficult as it is, so that we can have our freedom. And this goes with saying that we teach others how to treat us. And when we do not speak up for ourselves, your voice holds energy. And when you do not express that energy and it is stored, it needs to go somewhere. So it does. It festers. And this is stored trauma. And I promise you, it will manifest into a physical ailment. If you've ever found yourself in a state of people-pleasing to keep the peace, you're the one that's losing the peace because you are giving it away. When you are upfront and honest and you speak that truth with that Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius, you are protecting your peace. Because you are not just blindly giving it away to be the supply for someone else. We have the North Node and the South Node playing a huge role with this new moon in Taurus. We have the South Node, which is in Virgo. The Virgo represents the 6th house in astrology, which is service, everyday routine, and work. This is how we give and receive on a daily basis. And opposing the North Node in Pisces, which is in the 12th house. This is our subconscious mind. So this is really us coming to the terms with how it is that we are used to giving and receiving, and what we need in order to feel safe to give and receive. And Pisces is a very intuitive sign. It's very self-sacrificial. So this is very much asking you, where have you self-sacrificed in a way where you have given and given and given and given and received absolutely nothing in return? Not even gratitude or respect. Where have you been giving without receiving anything on the other end? We also have Jupiter still in Cancer. And we also have Hygeia. And Hygeia is an asteroid that teaches us how to eliminate things from our lives that are toxic, how to properly detoxify our lives. And Jupiter has been trying to teach us how to expand and nurture ourselves in such a way that we feel like we are being replenished. We had this time to learn how to replenish ourselves individually. This is us taking our power back. We now have Pluto that went retrograde on the 6th in Aquarius. And this is a time where things are going to slow down and become more personal, less external transformation and more internal around how it is that you are going to transform within your community and how you can show up for your community in your own authentic way, using your authentic voice and speaking your truth. This will transform your community. How you transform within you as an individual will have a reflection and a mirror upon your community. All of this connecting and coming together with us learning how to properly give and receive energy energetic currency and how to no longer suppress the things that we feel and the things that we want to say, and speaking our truth and being able to have effective communication when it comes to making these decisions and investments and contracts. We can begin to understand what's going on in Aries. We're still being held back. With Neptune in Aries, we're still being held back and blindfolded. Because we're still trying to figure out what's going on inside here. We're still trying to figure out how to harness our energy and take our power back. With this new moon in Taurus, be very wise and be very mindful about where your energy is going. Call your energy back to where it belongs, in you. You are no longer needing to search for energy in external factors. You have the ability to create it within yourself already. And when you find that, you will feel so much more full of life. Some healing teas that you can utilize to help heal your voice. I have found, due to the fact that I am also a singer and very much a speaker, I find extreme value in the voice and in communication already. So some healing teas that I tend to use to help protect the voice is, I like ginger. Ginger is extremely warming and healing to the voice. Also, honey is highly antibacterial. It is also very soothing and helps soothe a tired voice. Also, licorice root is great at soothing the vocal cords. You also have chamomile, which is extremely calming. And it's so important to stay hydrated. Your voice needs hydration because lubricating the vocal cords and keeping your vocal cords lubricated is going to continue to allow you to be able to use your voice in a less painful way. When your voice is dry, when your voice is compressed, it puts a lot of pressure within your vocal cords to be able to push out the air, which makes your voice and creates the sound. Also, making sure that you are not drinking alcohol, caffeine. These things extremely dehydrate your voice. And when your voice is dehydrated, it can cause irritation, friction. Also, making sure that you are resting your voice. You don't have to be talking all the time, 24/7, probably like I'm guilty of. Sometimes it is necessary to rest your voice. Give your voice the chance to recover. Yes, I know what it's like to continuously overuse my voice. I'm 100% guilty of that. And it has on some occasions resulted in me losing my voice. And that's the worst feeling in the entire world to someone who loves to speak and use their voice. And that's my superpower. So taking that away from me is like, you might as well kill me. Because that's what I have. That's my thing, you know? Everyone's got their thing. So these are ways that you can protect your voice and really maintain the quality in which you speak. Crystals that I have that I like to keep with me during Taurus energy is, first off, I really like green aventurine. Green aventurine is a wonderful reminder to Taurus that they don't have to stay tied down. It will actually give them the confidence to continue to grow and be prosperous. Taurus can be quite the stubborn sign, and having green aventurine can really help give them the confidence and feel safe in order to keep growing. Citrine. Citrine is a great reminder for Taurus just like green aventurine, that can bring forth confidence in the ability to grow, to step out of that stubbornness and know and have trust that your growth is going to be safe and prosperous. Green sandstone can really help to ground and keep a Taurus grounded. Through any worries or fears of instability or lacking safety, it can remind Taurus to remain grounded and have trust. We're going to get some messages from my Spirit Song Tarot, the Three of Feathers, which actually represents the Three of Swords, which does represent heartbreak. It also can represent a difficult situation that can lead to healing. It's healing through a difficult situation. It's facing a difficult truth. And with having that opposing Black Moon Lilith and Sagittarius from Venus that we spoke about is very much reminding me that when you speak your truth and you open up about the things that are difficult and you release that energy, it can cause a lot of healing when you are true. And speaking your truth can be difficult and painful. However, it can be very healing and transformative. So, the Three of Feathers. We have the Wheel. And the Wheel of Fortune represents the idea that we have the potential to create real change, but it takes having the strength and putting forth the effort in making that change. And we can make great change with our voice. We can make great change by deciding what is good for us versus what is not, and making that positive change in eliminating the things that we may be giving our energy to can have a huge effect on how we feel. Taking our power back, that is only going to lead to a very successful future, because the world now gets all of you, not just a portion of you that's been depleted. A fully functioning you is a lot more effective than a exhausted, half-functioning version of you. Don't you think? Got the Tower. And the Tower is about a great ending. The great release of something that it needed to fall. It needed to crumble to the ground for a new beginning to occur. And once again, having to face difficult truths, having to eliminate things that are hard to get rid of, and releasing those things will make for a very stable future, because you now have a future in which you have your power. You're no longer just an empty vessel that's just been fed on by all of the energetic vampires. You are now whole and complete. And that is what the world gets to experience from you now. You, full version of you. And the Tower must crumble. All of those things that you were clinging on to that you know were only harming you, and you knew deep down that they needed to come to an end, putting an end to it. Cutting off the supply. Last but not least, we're going to get an animal oracle card from my Animal Kin oracle deck. We've got the bee, and it says power. How convenient. The way you do things is the key to personal power. Bees are determined, focused, committed to their goals, and are a symbol of power, beauty, and sacrifice. Worker bees are devoted and motivated to provide for their hive and serve their queen. They work together and communicate using a unique dance to share information about the location of food. We can find parallels in this lesson from the bee, that no matter how you may appear physically, you are powerful beyond all rational measure, and that by taking a unique approach to achieving things instead of feeling inferior or giving up altogether, you can tap into your personal power. The bees, they obviously need to survive, so they have to come up with their own unique way of finding food. Humans also need to come up with their own unique way to find a way to survive also. And sometimes this means doing things differently and not giving away your power and your life source for the sake of what you think is survival. But turns out that it was not survival. The things that were built to keep you alive were actually set out to destroy you, unfortunately. And when we take our power back and we learn how to give our power in a way that's sustainable for humanity and sustainable for us as individuals, we are creating a life of longevity and stability. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you click and subscribe and become a part of this collective. Leave me comments down below. Let me know how this Taurus energy is affecting you, and if this resonates with anything that you might be going through. I would love to know. And click that notification bell. That way you can get alerted and updated on when I release a new video. And I hope that you enjoy this new moon in Taurus and take your power back. Put it where it belongs, within you, and go forth, plant seeds for the future in which where you put out energy, you too receive in return. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Keep looking up. Bye for now.